Hello everyone, so today I'm doing a bit of a makeup challenge and I haven't done this before and I haven't seen it going around, so hopefully I'll make it a trend. So I have my makeup bag with all of my makeup in it and I've got my brushes just up there. So I'm going to be doing, I don't really know how you want to describe it. Basically what it is I'm going to be pulling any random makeup item out of my makeup bag and doing a face of makeup with that item. So say for foundation, I would need to pick any item in there and then I would have to use it for foundation or primer. And then I would have to pick a different item for bronzer. Okay, I do have my mirror with my light on it here just because I'm at my desk where I have all of my makeup things. Yeah, so hopefully this is going to be a trend now and I want it to make a trend. So, I've got some sleep in my eye. So hopefully once I've done this I'll get 1 million views. If this video gets 50k likes, then we'll make another trend and hopefully the trend will also go around. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like that, move you guys back a little bit. So I'm going to put my makeup bag on my bed, which is just there. I'm going to open it up and then I'm going to pick a random thing with my eyes closed for that. So I'm going to move my brushes. I have all my brushes in here. And put those on my bed and I'm going to put my makeup bag up here. Like that. So now is what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick what I'm going to use for primer. And yeah, so we're going to close my eyes and I'm going to prime. So I need to try and find it. Oh, I've got foundation for primer. So I guess I have to put this on. And also with this challenge I have to pick any brush. So I'd have to rummage through all of my brushes which are here and find one that I'm going to use to apply this, which I am going to be using for primer. So here we go. Oh, I'm going to be using my highlighter brush to apply foundation, but I'm using it as primer. So I'm using the My Perfect Colour Perfect Finish Foundation in shade 01, and this is for primer, and I'm using this light tipped brush which I use for highlighter. So I'm just going to put a bit on the brush. I'm going to put a bit on my hand. I don't want to use too much because obviously this is primer. This is supposed to be primer. But yeah, so I've got a dimple on my hand and we're just going to grab some of it and we're just going to spread this on my face. I don't know how I'm going to use my brush for highlighter after this, but this is what I'm using for primer. So it's kind of like I'm doing foundation, but I'm using my foundation for primer. So this is how it's going. It's blending quite well with the brush, but I obviously don't want to use too much because I never use too much when I'm doing my primer. So I don't want to use too much. So I've blended this side a bit. So it's blending quite well on this side. I'm just dabbing it. Yeah. So I'm just applying this to my face now. If I keep looking into this, it's because it's my mirror, so I can see where I'm blending it. So I'm just dabbing this all over my face as primer. And I have to use this brush, which, yeah. So I'm going to scoop the last bit off my hand and just dab it on my head. Just rub that in. This is blending quite well, but I'm using my highlighter brush, so I don't know whether it's because of that. Because I usually use my beauty blenders, but I picked the highlighting brush, so I have to use this. My foundation's probably going to be sparkly now because I use this for highlighter usually. So yeah. So now I'm finished with that. My brush isn't that bad. It's kind of, I'll probably wash it later. Right, so now moving on to foundation. I'm going to put this to the side because I obviously can't pick this anymore because I've used it for primer. So now for foundation, I'm going to look away. I got an eyeshadow palette, okay, and now I'm going to pick my brush. I've got my bronzing brush. So I'm going to pick like the lightest colour because this is quite a dark set of colours. I think I'm going to go for this one's probably the lightest one. So I'm going to be using this one, and I'm using this bronzing brush that I use. So I'm just going to grab a bit of this and just put it all over my face. This is glittery as well, so that's great. So I don't really know how I'm going to blend it, but it's just going to have to do. So I'm putting this on my face now, and it's very, very difficult because it's not really spreading once I put it on because I need to put a setting powder on. So we're just going to have to brush it out like this. This is going to be very difficult, so if I don't look much in the camera whilst I'm doing this, I'm sorry, because I'm looking in my mirror because this is not going too well at the minute. So circle motions all over the face. There we go. So I'm finished with this now. Also with the brushes, I can use the brushes again. So we put the brushes back in the pot, but we obviously can't use this again because I've used it now. I don't know if you can see because of the light, but if I go nearer the light, you might be able to see it a bit. Yeah, so I'm finished with this palette now, and I'm going to put my brush away. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is my under eye concealer. So we're going to pick something for that. Lipstick. Okay, so we're just going to add, and we're going to use my old beauty blender. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to do like a dot under each eye. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but looking at it, my beauty blenders, I have to like try and spread this out. Hopefully I can get something to go over it because look at that. I'm going to look like, I've got like a blushing palette, like a circle one, that I got in a set, and it's like this. It's just so hard to do. I'm just going to wet my beauty blender. So I use this stuff. It's setting spray and hydraulic beauty blender spray, or whatever you want to call it. So I just spray it on like this, and then I just rub it like this because my hands are. And then we're just going to try and spread this out and get it to look half decent. I'm also going to be doing a challenge at the weekend. I might be doing a 24-hour challenge, either in my loft or I might do it in my bedroom or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to do it like in the lounge maybe. I don't know. I'll film some of it, but not too much of it, obviously. So now I'm just doing my under eye concealer, which is lip gloss. It's not turned out too bad. So, done that now, so this can go in our used pile. Our beauty blender can go back in. Next is setting powder. And I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to look away. Oh, okay, so I've got another eyeshadow palette that I got in a set. And we're going to now pick our brush. We're using this brush, which goes in the crease of your eye there. So it's like this. And I'm going to try and use the lightest colour. So I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to grab a bit and I'm just going to... This is really hard to do because the brush is very, very small. So I'm just trying to just grab a little bit and then just dab it everywhere. I would do this a bit better if I had like a bigger brush, but I don't have one. So I'm just trying to like blend this out a little bit. Just trying to like dab it in places and everything. That hasn't really done anything, but because obviously it's eyeshadow. Yeah. So that's going to go in our used pile. The next thing that we do is bronzer. So I don't know how it's going to look because it just goes above my cheekbone. So I'm going to pick my thing now and hopefully, yeah. I've got another eyeshadow palette, my Eyes Undercovered eyeshadow palette. And now we're going to pick our brush. I also have this one again to go here, bronzer. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use, oh, where'd that go? There. It does come with a little thing, but I don't really use them. I'm going to use number 3, which is Mink. So I'm going to be using this one. No, I'm not. I'm not using that one. Is it Nutty? That was Nutty. Ember. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually using Orcha, which is not that one. This one. So it's like a light browny colour. And we're just going to grab some of it on my brush. And we're just going to circle motion down my cheek. This doesn't really spread very well, so I have like a clump, but hopefully we can get some stuff to go on top of that to make this look a bit better. But that's how it is at the minute. I have like a line. Okay, so we're just gonna... This is very, very hard because also, again, my brush is very, very small and it's not really going in the place that I want it to go. So we're just going to then put some up here, like I usually do. I like outline the side of my face. So we're going to put some on this side, like that. So I've like got this side, which isn't too bad, this side which is really bad, this side which is bad, this side not too bad again. But yeah, bit nervous because it's not looking very good at the minute. So now moving on to blush. We're going to pick our brush first this time, I think. We're using my contour brush that I got in a set also. And let's see what product I'm using. Lipstick. Okay. So I guess just put some lipstick on my cheeks. And then I don't know how this brush is meant to blend it. I'm going to wet my brush a second. I wet my brush with some of my spray. So I'm just going to try and spread this on my face. Very pink over here. Just trying to spread it on my face. This side's not going too well. There it is. I don't know if you can see, but like it's like blended a bit. Not too much though. This isn't going well, okay? So I'm going to put my lipstick in the use pile and I'm going to put my brush away. So I have my cheeks, which are very, very red. So now is eyeshadow and I'm very, very scared. So we're going to pick. Oh, we have an highlighting and eyeshadow palette. So I actually get to use eyeshadow. So we're going to pick our brush. Again, the same brush, my contouring brush. I'm just gonna, in fact, my blushing brush. Okay, so this is going to be crazy. I'm going to find a colour that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a highlighter, I think. So I'm going in with this pinky shade. So I'm going to use that on my face. So, yeah. So I'm just going to put this on my eye. It's not too bad. I mean, you can't really see it. But this is just going to have to do. There we go. It's a bit under my eye, but it's fine. Broke my palette. Okay, so I've used that now, and I'm going to put my brush away. This look isn't coming along too well because of obviously my bronzer and all the lipstick with my concealer and stuff. So I'm just going to blend these out a bit more. It's not too bad, but I think the brush was a bit too big. We are now going to be doing mascara. No, actually we're not. Now we're going to be doing highlighter. So let's have a look what we're going to grab. Another eyeshadow palette. I have quite a few eyeshadow palettes, so I'm going to pick my brush. Again, the same brush. I'm going to use like a glittery colour. So I think I'm going to be using this one here, which is like a glittery white shimmer colour. So we're just going to grab some of that and we're just going to highlight with it. I think this look is very good other than the bronzer, which I literally disgrace. It's so bad, I don't like it. Like, look at that. That's horrible. So now we've done that, we'll put that in our done pile, put our brush back. Now we're moving on to contour. So, I'm scared. Right, this can't get any worse, surely. Primer. So we're using primer for this, and I'm going to see what brush we're using. My foundation brush. which I don't really use anymore because I have my Beauty Blenders, but this is what we're going to use. Okay, so we're going to put a bit on my hand, I suppose, and then we're going to contour. So we're just going to grab it and we're going to just, hopefully this is going to cover. I don't really think that did anything, but it's going to have to do. Now we are going to be doing lipstick. Okay, right. Concealer. Oh. Right, let's. So we're gonna it stinks. So this is the finished look. I think it's really good, except the lipstick.
What?
Yes?
So you want a spoon with jam and cream?
No.
Pardon?
In a minute.
How many you want? Do you want it?
Yes, just with jam.
Just with jam.
So I think everything's really good, other than the lipstick and the bronzer. But yeah, that's the end of my video now. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. And yeah, bye guys.